Mr. Pablo Casals.
How do you do, Mr. Casals?
Hello, Pablo. Welcome.
Mr. Leonard Bernstein.
How do you do, Mr. Bernstein?
Hello, Leonard. Nice of you to come.
Dr. Albert Schweitzer.
How do you do, Doctor?
Hello, Albert. Hope you had a nice trip.
Jackie.
Yes?
Why is it always your friends?
Good evening. This is Charles Collingsworth at the White House in Washington, D.C. For many of you, this will be your first visit to this historical landmark. Our tour through these hallowed halls will be conducted by the First Lady.
Good evening, Charles.
Good evening. Shall we begin here in the West Wing?
Yes. If your cameras will just move through these oak-paneled doors over here on our left, we will be in the Calvin Village. Which was named after our 35th president. I can't help but wish your cameramen had opened the doors before they moved their heavy cameras through them. The doors, incidentally, were a gift from Mrs. R.C. Greenleaf of Raleigh, North Carolina. They were made out of solid oak, and up until a few seconds ago, they stood over 15 feet high.
They were lovely.
Now we are approaching the Thomas Jefferson Room, which I think you'll find rather interesting. President Jefferson used to come into this room and sit for hours just gazing out the window at the White House lawn. The White House lawn was a gift from Mrs. W.C. Ridgway of Hollyhock, Virginia. The president and I decided to leave it just the way it was originally.
It's lovely.
This football, which has just come crashing through the $5,000 President McKinley French windows, belongs to the current president, who, of course, is also my husband.
He's lovely.
Now we're entering the President Grant drawing room, which I think you'll find rather interesting. We decided to leave this room just the way it was when President Grant left office.
I do notice a lot of dust on the furniture in here.
Yes, and that dust was a gift from Mrs. E.C. Landon of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Now, if you'd care to follow me down this hall to the next room, as we go, I should like to point out the various paintings on the wall.
Yes, I wish you would point them out.
Well, there's this one, and this one. And that great big one over there, and this little teeny one down here. And finally, this one over here.
Thank you for pointing them out. What's in this room over here?
I believe we are standing in front of the President Monroe Conference Room.
Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine, we are lost.
It's so easy to get confused. It's such a big house. Now I believe straight ahead of us is the Blue Room. Yes, this is the Blue Room. We decided to leave it just the way President Blue had it originally. Now we are in the East Wing. This is the section we are having completely remodeled. All the rooms are being changed around.
Yes, the carpenters certainly are busy, aren't they?
Aren't they, though? And those carpenters were a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Al Bianchi of Hayworth, New Jersey. I find it quite easy to get lost in this section.
Yes, I imagine one could get lost in here.
Pardon me. I seem to have made the wrong turn somewhere. Now, I'm trying to find the bedroom. I just came out of the John Hancock bathroom where I was taking a shower in the Alexander Hamilton bathtub. And I think
The
that...
carpenters and painters here have been just working like beavers round the clock. We hope to have it finished
Which
in
way
May.
is the bedroom? The bedroom is where?
Actually, the original
just wanted to ask
schedule
where the
didn't
bedroom
call
was.
for it to be completed until July, but the work has gone well.
I should like to point out that I am standing here in my shorts, dripping wet. Now, I've got an important conference in 15 minutes. So I must be dressed in 10 minutes, which means I shall have to move ahead toward our bedroom with great vigor.
Excuse me, Charles. Dear, go down this hall to the Andrew Jackson smoking room, then turn right into the President Taft Rumpus room, across over through the Woodrow Wilson ping pong room, then left at the Dolly Madison pinochle room, through the President Grant drinking room, past the Richard Nixon dumbwaiter. And that's our room.
Well, let's see. Now I go past the Dolly Madison ping pong room, across the Richard Nixon the drinking room, and then I go left at the Andrew Jackson room.
Wasn't that your husband?
Yes, it was.
He's a magnificent-looking man.
Yes. And we decided to leave him just the way he was originally. Incidentally, he was a gift from...
That's nice. We return you now to our studios in New York. The following is a public service announcement. Election day is near. Go to the polls and vote. Vote for the Kennedy of your choice, but vote.